Hey everybody, Fort Bend County Commissioner Dexter McCoy here. I wanted to hop on to give you an update on everything that's happening as our community recovers from Hurricane Beryl. We know that there are many people who still today are dealing with power outages, people who have medical needs and need to have access to resources. We're working round the clock. Our emergency operations center is open, and they have been working around the clock to make sure our residents are getting connected to all of the services that you need. We're really proud of the folks in our OEM, our Office of Emergency Management. We're really proud of our road and bridge crews, our transportation, everybody who has been working, our first responders who've been working round the clock to make sure you get the support you need. I wanted to hop on here just to give you a quick update on where things are and talk to you a little bit about what we're doing to help folks recover. So as of today, there are still about 143,000 residents in Fort Bend County who are without power. We've been in close communication with CenterPoint. They are working feverishly to assess what are all of the problems and needs and to get people reconnected. We know that residents here in Precinct 4 are still without power. Out west in the county, we know that there are still folks in the Great Wood, River Park area, New Territory who are still without power. We are aware and we're working to do everything that we can to push CenterPoint to get on top of this so that you're not sitting out in the heat. For those folks who are around the greater Houston region, CenterPoint is reporting that they hope to, by the end of today, get over 1 million residents power restored. So if you live here in the greater Houston areas, that's what CenterPoint is sharing with us. That by the end of today, they're hoping to get nearly 1 million residents restored with power by the end of today. And so we're still working. We do not want you sitting in the heat. And so we've opened a shelter at the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds where you can take your family and your pets in a kennel and you can actually stay there. It's open 24 hours a day. That's Fort Bend County Fairgrounds, buildings C and D. One is there for sheltering so that we have cots out there for you. You can be in the AC, you can charge your electronics. The other is just strictly a cooling center. So if you want to pop in, charge your devices, and get some water and kind of sit and not be in the heat, you can go out to the fairgrounds. The Fort Bend County Fairgrounds is located off of Highway 59 and State Highway 36, and you can go there to the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds to have to be there for that cooling center. It's open 24 hours. We also have other cooling centers throughout the community. River Point Church has opened their doors, and it is my understanding that River Point Church today is open from 12 to 6 o'clock today. And so if you're in the New Territory, River Park, Great Wood, Bridlewood area, we want you to go over there to River Point Church to get some cool air, get some water, charge your devices. Smart Financial Center in Sugar Land is also open. They opened at 10 a.m. this morning. They'll be open until 6 p.m. At the Smart Financial Center right there off of 59. Attack Poverty Friends of North Rosenberg is also open. They open at 9 a.m. today, and they'll be open until 5 p.m. And we have 6 Fort Bend County libraries that are open. We will put a link in the chat right now, in the comments right now, so that you can see that. We'll also put a QR code on the screen there. You should see that right now, where you can actually go to get information on where these cooling centers are located. The libraries are open from 10 to 6 today. And so if you need to pop into one of those 6 locations to get cool, to charge your devices, to hang out and not be in the heat, please do go to that link and make sure that you find your nearest location. You can also go to fortbendcountytx.gov, fortbendcountytx.gov, and right there on the home page, we have a link to our disaster recovery webpage. Please go there and you can get a lot of very important information. If you are someone who is in need of services, You can call our non-emergency number. That is 281-341-4665. That's again 281-341-4665. If you need help finding some support, please call that non-emergency line to get connected. And of course, if you have an emergency, please do hang up the phone, call 911, pick up the phone, call 911 so that emergency services can get to you. We've had residents who've called us who have medical needs like diabetes, where they have to get treatment. We've had folks who really needed to get connected to electricity so that they can run their CPAP machines, their oxygen machines. We have a setup for you over at the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds. Please make sure that you get over there, and if you need to get connected to services for transportation, again, you can call that 281-341-4665 to get connected. Now, we've heard from a lot of residents who've had outages, internet outages. At my home, we didn't get internet back until just last evening. We understand that this is a big struggle too for folks who are might have power on but don't have internet services. Folks are working around the clock, and how it's been explained to me is that if you're in an area that doesn't have power, you're likely also not going to be able to have good cell connection. T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, they are running on those power lines as well, and the backup power generation has been fluctuating, as I understand, for them. So they're working very hard with CenterPoint to make sure that power is restored to those towers as well as to your homes. Also, we partnered. AT&T needed a space. We've given them space to work out of to make sure that they're deploying their crews across the county. They're set up at the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds right now, working to restore connectivity. We know that we have someone in our Emergency Operations Center from Comcast as well. They're working, and many of the other internet service providers are working to make sure that you're able to get connected to the internet again. So again, this is why you might not have cell service, because the cell towers also are connected to the grid and need power as well. So let's talk a little bit about debris. We know that there are trees down across the community. We know that there's a lot of debris like broken fences and stuff like that you're going to need to have disposed of. Well, our Emergency Operations Center, all of our team, and Road and Bridge, we've been working to make sure that we get those operations stood up. Now, we're still working through approval processes with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality to make sure we get our sites stood up, and we're certifying all of the crews that will be getting out into the community to pick up that debris. We're going to put it in the chat if you're streaming here online, where you can go to be able to learn more about exactly how you package that debris. We're not going to pick up household trash, so make sure things like tree limbs and fences and stuff like that, all of that stuff we'll pick up. It's going to take us some time, so we ask that you be patient because we have over 875 square miles to cover in the county, and so it may take a little while, but we'll be moving even through neighborhoods. You just need to make sure all of your debris is put out on the curb. In areas, if you're in a neighborhood and you have a sidewalk, put it on that patch of grass that's in between the sidewalk and the roadway. We will not come onto private property to pick up debris. So anything that is on the other side of the sidewalk, we are not going to be able to pick that up. You need to make sure all of your debris is in that kind of public right-of-way area. But please, please, please make sure you don't block sidewalks. Please make sure you don't block roadways. That becomes a big safety hazard, and especially as you can imagine, people traveling at night, they might not see that debris, and that could cause some huge safety concerns. If you live out in our rural areas of the county where you have open ditches, we ask that you just put that debris right on the other side of the ditch, so close to the ditch. If you could avoid it, please try to avoid putting your trash and debris in the ditch because that causes drainage issues. But we will not come on to your private property again. but we will, that lip that's on the other side of the ditch on the side of your home, please stack up all of your debris there, and our crews will be out to pick that up. Again, it's going to take a while because we have a lot of county to cover, but we will be mobilizing. We hope to be able to mobilize those crews starting this weekend to get throughout the community. So if you have damage that you would like to report, we have a QR code that we can put up there for you to scan. You could also go online. We have it in our stories on social media. We'll also drop the link in the comment. But if you have damage, major damage that you want to report, please do make sure that you report that to our Office of Emergency Management so that they can get that appropriately documented, so that our area, that we have a good understanding of all of the need in our area. So those of you who have all of your needs met, you have power restored, you have everything that you need, but you're looking for how you might be able to help. Well, there's a lot of need. We have people with downed trees all throughout the community. We have people who need help clearing the debris and getting it into the right of way so that it can be collected. If you are looking to volunteer, well, we're really proud that Attack Poverty is hosting volunteer cleanups this weekend. They have one on Friday morning over at the Friends of North Richmond location, and they also have one launching on Saturday morning from the Friends of North Rosenberg location. You can go to Attack Poverty's website, or we're going to link that here for you to be able to see how to get to it. Please make sure that if you have capacity, bring your family, bring your friends. We're all in this together. We do know that, and it's going to take all of us to recover from this. So again, please make sure to be paying attention to our social media. Please make sure to follow Fort Bend County Homeland Security and Emergency Management social media pages, and pay attention to the county web page for the most up-to-date information on our recovery efforts and how you can get assistance. Here's the other thing to know. All of Fort Bend County offices are closed today. That means that courts are closed as well. If you have a court case that was supposed to, or trial that was supposed to happen today, please make sure that you're paying attention to our county website, county social media platforms to know about how you can get in contact with the courts to find your rescheduled date of your trial and your court case. Please make sure that you are paying attention to those. We are going to make sure we're committed to getting you the help and support that you need. We are hoping to open the county again tomorrow, but again, like many of you, many county facilities are still without power, and we're working around the clock with CenterPoint to make sure that gets done. Thanks so much for your patience and your understanding. Thanks for your partnership. Know that your team here in Fort Bend County, we're here to support you, and we're going to make sure that until everyone is fully recovered, we're going to be continuing to work. If you have any other needs, make sure to reach out to our office. You can email me at commissioner.mccoy@fortbendcountytx.gov, and me and my team will be here to help you. We are working to set up some water and ice distribution sites here in the county. Stay tuned for that. We'll make sure to post that information for you. That's all that I have today. We'll continue to give you updates as they become available. If you'd like to tune in to Commissioner's Court today, we'll have Commissioner's Court at 2 p.m. where our emergency management coordinator will give the most up-to-date information on our recovery efforts. Again, if you have need to connect to services, you can call the non-emergency number at 281-341-4665. And if you are in dire need of transport to a hospital, or you have a pressing emergency, make sure to call 911. Thanks so much.
We actually have some questions online.
We have some questions online, it sounds like. And you want to tell me what those are?
Absolutely, yeah. So Mr. Matthew is asking, are there any updates for River Park? I know we're supposed to be on the hospital grid. For the last 8 years, we never had a problem. Maximum is usually 1 to 2 hours with no power.
So for those folks who are over in River Park, still without power, we're working very hard to make sure that CenterPoint is aware, and they are working on this. We know that River Park is without power, Great Wood, neighborhoods in that area, New Territory are still without power. Again, my understanding is I know that some folks are near hospitals, but of course there was the CenterPoint prioritized medical facilities and emergency services for reconnecting to power. I'm not sure exactly how it works and being on the same grid. We'll work to get updates out. We'll make sure to post for River Park in particular in the River Park Facebook group when we do get updates. Again, if you would like some more direct information, please make sure to email me directly at commissioner.mccoy@fbctx.gov. Sounds like we have another question.
Yes. So if you can explain the issue with the internet and the cell service
Great.
again.
So folks want a little bit more clarity, and I have my communications director here who's reading all of your comments online. Folks asked for a clearer explanation about the cell service and issues and how that is correlated with power. So all of our cell towers are connected directly to the power grid. That's how they get their power to be able to broadcast a signal out throughout the community. And so if those cell towers are not getting power and they're running on backup generation, they are supplied with backup generators. We have gotten reports that some of those backup generators have had fluctuating power connectivity. And so that leads to, when those towers are not adequately powered, that leads to some issues with their ability to broadcast out a signal. So that's why you would have issues with cell service in certain areas. If you are without power, you probably are going to struggle also to connect to cell service for that exact reason. Again, it all comes down to power. Again, those partners are working with CenterPoint Energy to make sure that we are able to restore cell connectivity. Hopefully that explains what's going on there. But again, we're staying on top of it. Our teams are staying on top of it to make sure that we're able to reestablish communications. Do we have another question?
No, that's it.
Okay, so feel free to comment here. Our teams will be monitoring our comments on social media throughout the day. We'll try to respond. If you're streaming on my personal Instagram and Facebook, I will try my hardest to respond to your comments. Again, if you have direct needs or have direct comments, you can email me directly at commissioner.mccoy@fortbendcountytx.gov, and I will try to get to you as quickly as possible. You can also call my office directly at 281-341-4800 to be able to get help as well. So I think that's it. Please hang in there. We're working hard. We will make sure that we get you connected to the support that you need. Again, there are cooling centers. Make sure to go there if you don't have power. That's at River Point Church off of 59 and 99. That's open until 6 p.m. today. Smart Financial is also open until 6 p.m. today. Attack Poverty, Friends of North Rosenberg is open until 5 p.m. In Fort Bend County Libraries, there are 6 locations that will be open until 6 p.m. today. Go to fortbendcountytx.gov to find out more information. Hang in there.